Hello there, I'm James. This week, the Rebel Base builds the modified N1 Naboo Starfighter from the Book of Boba Fett. Or is that the Mandalorian? Let's check out the build. So, what do we know about the Naboo Starfighter? I wanted to get under the skin of this ship before I 3D modelled it. And although not the most efficient approach to making a model such as this, I wanted to model the entire ship and then deconstruct, or should I say, reconstruct it, just as they did in the show. This would enable me to create some realistic innards that would carry over nicely into that final 3D print. When The Phantom Menace blasted onto the big screen in 1999, I have to say, I was a little bit underwhelmed by the look of those Naboo fighters. For some reason, they just didn't feel like Star Wars to me. But I have to say, when The Mandalorian made those special modifications, I was blown away, because all of a sudden, it became very Star Wars for me. Used, modified, and damn right cool. And I knew I had to make it. I found myself adding more and more detail, perhaps an excuse to rewatch the episode over and over again and study each and every frame it appeared in, but eventually I got there. I felt that I'd captured the essence of this little ship, so I called it good. All that was left to do was print this sucker. I don't know about you, but I find the print process just as enjoyable as standing back and looking at the finished model. I printed these on the Nova 3D Whale 2 resin printer, and, as always, it pulled off some fantastic prints. I had resin in mind when I modelled this, hence lots of details and the separation of parts for the smaller print bed. I'll leave you to check out the quality in this little montage. After trying and failing with several different types of super glue, I found Gorilla Glue. This worked amazing when attaching these resin pieces together. Here's a tip: to avoid rounding over those edges, make sure that when you're sanding, you do it in one direction only. In addition to Gorilla Glue, I also used some of the resin. I simply brushed it onto the parts and then cured it with a lamp. It sands so easy afterwards. That sound, my friends, is the sound of supports doing their job. In this case, numerous and light. I managed to get some super clear canopies using this amazing clear resin, wet and dry sandpaper, and a brush on technique, followed by curing, and then finally another sanding pass. Ultimately, you want as smooth a surface as possible before hitting it with a clear gloss sealant. Check that out. clear as a bell. One of the many things I love about working with resin is it requires minimal sanding. Now here's a thought. Wouldn't it be cool if there was an automated weathering fluid that just knew where your detail lines were? Oh wait, check this out. There's nothing magic about this. What this is the Winsor & Newton oil paint, black in this case, mixed with some solvent. If you get the right consistency, it just hugs those lines. The engines are a really good example of those innards I was talking about during the 3D modelling stage. Those open panels really show the details inside, so I wanted to use a darker grey to highlight this and give it some contrast to the rest of the model. Now I was very tempted to go full chrome mirror paint. However, I decided to go with silver rubber butt, and I'm really glad I did. I really enjoy using the coloured powder pigments to weather models. It just gives such a realistic finish, and it's so easy to apply. Here and there I added some more dark wash, and I just blended this in using my fingers. Here's a little trick. Just flick the brush over the front of the thruster and it gives it that effect of some kind of wear and tear from flying through the sky at stupid, ridiculous speeds. You know, since Mando literally stripped the paint off the fighter with a Black & Decker, I figured the surface was pretty varied overall. Some areas super shiny, others almost a brushed metal look. So, I replicated that where I could. You know, I was so excited to glue the last piece of the puzzle together. Okay, so I'm not going to get nostalgic on you. You guys all know just how much Star Wars means to me. But just take a minute to think that when Mando customised this N1, he decided to leave little yellow patches of paint here and there. He made that decision. He customised his craft, and I think that's just brilliant. I've really enjoyed this project, researching the design, 3D modelling it, learning so much about the 3D printing process, and finally painting it. And it gives me great pleasure to share that with you. These files, along with many others, are available on the Rebel Base Build Patreon. Come and check us out. Look, Little Grogu. Thanks for watching, guys. It means the world to me. Until next time, go build something from a galaxy far, far away.